Look what I discovered on Marketplace. 1830, the game of railroads and robber barons. This is a classic game that I'm so happy to have in my collection, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview of it here on Legendary Tactics. This video has been brought to you by our sponsor, Noble Knight Games. If you like train games like 1830, Railroads, and Robber Barons, Noble Knight Games is one of the best places to find it. They have one of the world's largest selection of games, and you can buy, sell, or trade new, rare, or even out-of-print board games, role-playing games, collectibles, and miniatures. Please check out the link in the description and help out the channel at the same time. So 1830, Railroads and Robber Barons. I remember reading ads about this in the general growing up and just learning about it and hearing about how cutthroat it was. And apparently that is the case. I haven't had a chance to play it yet because I just got it the other day, but I did want to just take a few minutes to just kind of highlight this game and what I know about it so far, because I've been reading a lot about it and watching a few video reviews and that sort of thing. So 1830 is about, it's actually one of those original 18XX games. It may actually be the original. I forgot to look that up just before we got on, but it is one of the originals. If not the first, then the second of this genre. And if you know anything about train games or railroad games, you're building your railroad across usually North America, trying to maximize your profits, trying to put other people out of business, upgrade your trains and technology and so forth. There's been a ton of games like this, Age of Steam, Railroad Tycoon. There's a whole bunch of other games like that that have come from this, this game and other early examples of this. So it's a really interesting game in that they brag that the only random element is basically the turn order, which is set at the beginning. Other than that, there's no luck whatsoever. And one of the things that they rave about is the ability to manipulate the stock market system. It's a stock market manipulation game, and they say that the system is actually one of the best. However, it is very cutthroat in that you can absolutely be put out of business and backstabbed and all that stuff. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, and it's not something where you may come away still as friends, like diplomacy. You may not come away as friends afterwards, but as an experience, I've heard it is second to none. I'm really excited to give this a try. I have heard, in a way, it's almost not really a railroad game. It's more of a financial, economic game at its heart. It's just the railroads give it the context for valuing the stocks and so forth, so that it's not so much about building railroads, but it certainly is an interesting game and an interesting challenge from what I've heard. It's not actually that hard to learn. It's actually rated on the Avalon Hill scale. It's actually rated medium, so it probably wouldn't be that tough to learn. I've glanced at the rules, but I haven't had a chance to look at them in great detail. It does take a bit of time to play, though. From what I was reading, it can take a number of hours to play the game, so you will need some people who are dedicated to giving this a go and really diving in. I'm going to see if we can maybe do a short playthrough or something like that of this, maybe the first few turns or something like that on the channel, because this is a game that I think if you love those 18XX games, you're going to want to see where it all came from. And I've seen some reviews where they say this is actually a decent entry point into those type of games, because it is essentially the basic system that others elaborated upon. So they added loans and other things that aren't present here. So it's not a bad entry point to kind of get into the series, get into the system, see what you think about it. And if you like it, then you can explore with further depth and other options elsewhere. The components themselves in here are, I mean, they're of their time. They're not that amazing or anything. I wasn't totally blown away, but they're fine. I've always loved the Avalon Hill mounted maps. That was something that I always appreciated about Avalon Hill, is that mounted map board. But other than that, I mean, it's really about the system, the game system, and the gaming experience. If you have the right group of people, I think this could be fun. And I know with my colleagues here on the channel, we're pretty competitive, so it could be a really fun experience. But I just thought I'd take a few minutes to kind of show you what I've managed to acquire, and I thought that would be kind of cool to see this old classic get a bit of airplay again. As I said, I'm hopefully going to be able to show you more of this game on the channel in future episodes. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and this is NATO with Legendary Tactics.